I learn in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
He is very near by night, but he is not 3 leagues off when I left him.
How many gentlemen have you lost in this action?
But few of any sort, and none of name.
I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudia.
He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of a lamb the feet of a lion.
Pray you, is Signor Montanto returned from the wars, or no?
I know none of that name, lady.
What is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned and pleasant as ever he was.
I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For indeed I promise to eat all of his killing.
Faith, niece, you tax Signor Benedict too much, but he'll meet with you. I doubt it not.
He hath done good service, lady, and a good soldier too, lady.
As good a soldier to a lady, but what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There is a kind of a merry war betwixt Sir Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Alas, in our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and now is the whole man governed with 1.
I see, lady. The gentleman is not in your books.
No, and he were, I would burn my study. But I pray you, who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. God help the noble Claudio. If he have caught the Benedict, he is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad.
You will never run mad, niece.
No, not till a hot January.
Don Pedro is approached.
Oh, Signor Leonardo, you are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace.
You embrace your charge too willingly. This is your daughter.
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Signor Benedict? No.
If Signor Leonardo be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders, for all Messina is like him as she is.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What? My dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die? Well, she hath such meat food to feed it as Signor Benedict. Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Well, then is courtesy a turncoat. But it is certain, I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted. And I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. I thank God in my cold blood I am of your humor for that. I had rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other shall scape a predestinate scratched face.
A scratching could not make it worse, and 'twere such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parrot, teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue, and so good a continuer. But keep your way. In God's name, I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
Signor Claudio, and Signor Benedict, my dear friend Leonardo hath invited you all. We shall stay here at the least a month.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonardo?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me, as an honest man should do, for my simple true judgment? Or would you have me speak after my custom, as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee speak in sober judgment.
Why, in faith, methinks she's too low for a high praise, too brown for a fair praise, and too little for a fair praise. Only this commendation I can afford her, that were she other than she is, she were unhandsome, and being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray thee, tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her, that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yeah, and a case to put it into.
In mine eyes, she is the sweetest young lady that ever I looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's a cousin, and she would not possess with a fury, exceeds her as much in beauty, but I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife.
Is it come to this? Go to, in faith, and thou wilt needs thrust thy neck into a yoke, wear the print of it, and sigh away Sundays. Or shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again?
What secret hath held you here that you followed not to Leonardo?
He is in love. With who? Now that is your grace's part. Mark how short his answer is. With Hero, Leonardo's short daughter.
If this was so, so were it uttered.
Amen, if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my two faiths and troths, my lord, I speak mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it, at the stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But all women shall pardon me, because I will not do them the wrong to mistrust any. I will do the right to trust none. And the fine is, for the which I may go the finer, I will live a bachelor.
I will see thee, ere I die, look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love.
Well, you will temporize with the hours. In the meantime, good Signor Benedict, prepare to Leonardo's, commend me to him, and tell him I will not fail him at supper, for indeed he hath made a great preparation.
I have almost matter enough in me for such an embassage, and so I leave you.
My liege, your highness may now do me good.
My love is thine to teach. Teach it, but how?
Hath Leonardo any son, my lord?
No child but Hero. She's his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord, When we went onward on this sended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye, that liked, but had a rougher task at hand than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I am returned, and that war thoughts have left their places vacant, and in their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair Hero is, saying that I loved her ere I went to wars.
If thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it, and I will break with her. I know we shall be reveling tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero I am Claudio, and in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart. Then after, to her father I will break, and the conclusion is she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
What the good year, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds. Therefore, the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
And when I have heard it, what blessing bringeth it? I wonder that thou, being as thou art, goest about to apply a moral medicine. I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause and smile at no man's jest.
Yeah, but you should not make full show of this, till you may do it without controlment. You have of late stood out against your brother, and he hath ta'en you newly into his grace.
I'd rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. And better fits my blood to be disdained of all than to fashion a carriage to rob love from any. It must not be denied, but I am a plain dilling villain. Therefore, I have decreed not to sing in my cage. Let me be that I am, and seek not to alter me. What news, Baraccio?
I came yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonardo, and I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve for any model to build mischief on? What is he for a fool that betroths himself to unquietness?
Marry, it is your brother's right hand.
Who? The most exquisite Claudio.
Even he.
A proper squire. And who? And who? Which way looks he?
Marry, on Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonardo. I heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him in any way, I bless myself in every way. You are both sure and will assist me.
To the death, my lord.
Let us to the great supper.
Was not Count John here at supper?
How tautly that gentleman looks. I can never see him, but I am heartburned an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man that were made just in the midway between him and Benedict. The one is too like an image and says nothing, and the other is too like my lady's eldest son, evermore tattling.
Then have Signor Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and have Count John's melancholy in Signor Benedict's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, uncle, and money enough in his purse, such a man would win any woman in the world if he could get her goodwill.
By my troth, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
For the which blessing I am at him upon my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face. I'd rather lie in the woolen.
Well, you may light upon a husband that hath no beard.
What should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. And he that is more than a youth is not for me. And he that is less than a man, I am not for him.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth. Would it not grieve a woman to be overmastered with a piece of valiant dust? No, uncle, none. Adam's sons are my brethren, and truly I hold it a sin to match in my kindred.
Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince doth solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
The fault will be in the music, cousin, if you not be wooed in good time.
The revelers are entering.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
So you walk softly and look sweetly and say nothing. I am yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
With me in your company?
I may say so when I please.
Speak low if you speak of love.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
Not now.
That I was disdainful and that I had my good wit out of the 100 merry tales? Well, this was Benedict that said so.
What's he?
I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I. Believe me.
Did he never make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why, he is the prince's jester, a very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders, for he both pleases men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do. We must follow the leaders.
Are not you, Signor Benedict?
You know me well. I am he.
Signor, you are very near my brother in his love. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her. She is no equal for his birth. You may do the part of an honest man in it.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection. Come, let us to the banquet.
Thus answer I with the name of Benedict, but hear this ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so that the prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things, save in the office and affairs of love. For beauty is a witch. Fare thee well, hero.
Count Claudio?
Yeah.
Come, will you go with me?
Whither?
About your own business, for the prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy of her.
Why, that's spoken like an honest drover. So they sell bullocks, but did you think the prince would have served you thus?
I pray you, leave me.
Oh, now you strike like the blind man. 'Twas the boy that stole your meat, and you'll beat the post.
If it will not be, I'll leave you.
Alas, poor hurt fell. But that my lady Beatrice should know me and not know me. The prince's fool? I am not so reputed. It is the base, though bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her person and so gives me out. Well, I'll be revenged as I may.
Now, Signor, where's the Count? Did you see him?
Troth, my lord, I have played the part of Lady Fame. I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace had got the will of this young lady.
The Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me, past the endurance of a block. She told me, not thinking I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester, and that I was duller than a great Thor. Now, she speaks poniards and every word stabs. Come, talk not of her.
Look, here she comes.
Will your grace command me any service to the world's end? I will go on the slightest errand now to the antipodes, rather than hold 3 words conference with this harpy. But you have no employment for me?
None, but to desire your good company.
Oh, God, sir. Here's a dish I love not. I cannot endure this lady tongue.
Come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Sir Benedict.
Indeed, my lord. He lent it me a while, and I gave him use for it. A double heart for a single one. Married once before he won it of me with false dice. Therefore, your grace may well say I have lost it.
Oh, you have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So I would not he should do me, my lord, lest I should prove the mother of fools. I have brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then? Sick?
Neither, my lord.
The Count is neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well, but civil, Count. Civil as an orange, and something of a jealous complexion.
I'll be sworn, if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed by thy name, and fair hero is won. I have broke with her father, and his goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made the match, and all grace say, amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much, lady. As you are mine, I am yours. I give away myself for you and dote upon the exchange.
Speak, cousin. Or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss, and let him not speak neither. Good Lord, for alliance! Thus goes everyone to the world but I. I may sit in a corner and cry, hey, ho, for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
Hath your grace ne'er a brother like you?
Will you have me, lady?
No, my lord, unless I might have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace, pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter. Cousins, God give you joy.
By my troth, a pleasant, spirited lady.
There's little of the melancholy element in her, my lord.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all wooers of her suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, my lord, if they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
Count Claudio, when do you mean to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord.
Not till Monday. My dear son, which is hence is just a 7th night, and a time too brief too to have all things answer my mind.
I will, in the interim, undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I would fain have it a match, if you 3 will but minister such assistance as I shall give you direction.
My lord, I am for you.
And I, my lord.
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin get a good husband.
And Benedict is not the unhopefullest husband I know. I will teach you how to humor your cousin, that she shall fall in love with Benedict, and I, with your two helps, will so practice on Benedict that in despite of his quick wit and his queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. Go with me, and I will tell you my drift.
It is so. The Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonato.
Yea, my lord, but I can cross it.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment will be medicinable to me. I am sick in displeasure of him. How canst thou cross this marriage?
So covertly that no dishonesty shall appear in me. I think I told your lordship how much I am in the favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero.
I remember.
I can appoint her at any unreasonable time of night to look out of her lady's chamber window.
What proof shall I make of that?
Proof enough to misuse the prince, to vex Claudio, to undo Hero, to kill Leonato. Look you for any other issue?
Only to despite them. I will endeavor anything.
Find me a meet hour to draw on Don Pedro and the Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me and that you have discovered thus. They will scarcely believe this without trial. Offer them instances which shall bear no less likelihood than to see me at her chamber window and to hear me call Margaret Hero, and bring them to see this very night before the intended wedding, and there shall appear such seeming truth of Hero's disloyalty and jealousy shall be called assurance, and all the preparation overthrown.
I will put it into practice. Be cunning in the working this, and thy fee is $10,000. I will presently go learn their day of marriage.
I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. Now is he turned orthography. His words are a very fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. I will not be sworn. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman, how one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, I'll none. Virtuous, I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel? Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be, of what color it please God. Oh, the prince and Monsieur Love. I will hide me in the arbor.
See you where Benedict hath hid himself?
Oh, Very well, my lord.
Come hither, Leonato. What is it you told me of today, that your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither. But most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she hath in all outward behavior seemed to ever abhor.
Is it possible?
Oh, my troth, by my troth, my lord, I cannot tell what to think of it, but she loves him with an enraged affection.
Bait the hook, this fish'll bite.
You heard my daughter tell you how.
She did indeed.
I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affections.
I would have sworn it had, my lord, especially against Benedict.
I should think this is a go, but that the white-bearded fellow speaks it. Knavery cannot hide himself in such reverence.
He hath taken up the infection. Hold it up.
Hath she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swears she never will. That's a
It were good
torment.
that it were good that Benedict knew of it by some other, if she will not discover it.
To what end? He would but make a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
She's an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
In everything but loving Benedict.
I am sorry for her, as I have just cause, being her uncle and guardian.
Pray you tell Benedict of it, and hear what he will say.
Were it good, think you?
Ah, no, Hero thinks surely she will die, for she says she will die if he love her not. And she will die ere she make her love known, and she will die if he woo her, rather than she will bate one breath of her accustomed crossness.
If she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it. Shall we seek Benedict and tell him of her love?
Never tell him, my lord, but let her wear it out in good counsel.
Nay, that's impossible. She may wear her heart out first.
I love Benedict well, and I could wish he would mostly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy to have such a good lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If he do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let us send her to call him to dinner.
This can be no trick. They have the truth of this from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. It seems her affections have the full bent. Love me. Why, it must be requited. I hear how I am censored. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, that she will rather die than give any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis a truth, I can bear them witness. And virtuous, 'tis so, I cannot reprove it. And wise, yeah, but for loving me. By my troth, it is no addition to a wit, nor no great argument of her folly, for I will be horribly in love with her. All right, I may chance have some remnants of wit broken on me, because I have railed so long against marriage, but doth not the appetite alter? No, the world must be people. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live to be married. Oh, here comes Beatrice. By this day, she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner.
Fair Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure then in the message?
Yeah, just so much as you may take upon a knife's point. Fare you well.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took no more pains for those thanks than you took pains to thank me. Oh, that's as much to say. Any pains that I take for you is as good as thanks. Oh, if I do not take pity of her, I am a villain. I will go get her picture.
Good Margaret, run thee to the parlor. There shalt thou find my cousin Beatrice. Whisper her ear and tell her I and Ursula are in the kitchen, and our whole discourse is all of her. Say that thou overheardst us, and bid her steal into the arched foyer, brightened by the sun. There she will hide her to listen to our purpose. This is thy office.
I'll make her come, I warrant you presently.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, our talk must only be of Benedick. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever men did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedick is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made that only wounds by hearsay. Now begin. For look, Beatrice, like a lapwing runs close by the ground to hear our conference.
So angle we for Beatrice, who even now is couched in the doorway coverture. Fear you not my part of the dialogue.
No, truly, Ursula, she is too disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy and wild as haggards of the rock.
But are you sure that Benedick loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my new trothed lord.
And when did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they loved Benedick, to wish him wrestle with affection and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so? Doth not the gentleman deserve as full, as fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon?
Oh, God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man, but nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on. She cannot love, nor take no shape, nor project of affection.
And therefore certainly it were not good she knew his love, lest she make sport at it.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw a man, how wise, how noble, young, how rarely featured, but she would spell him backward. If I should speak, she would mock me into air. Oh, she would laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit. Therefore, let Benedick waste inwardly.
Yet tell her of it, hear what she will say.
Oh, rather I will go to Benedick and counsel him against to fight against his passion.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedick.
He is the only man of Italy. Always accepted, my dear Claudio.
When are you married, madam?
Why, every day, tomorrow. Come, go in, I'll show you the some attires and have thy counsel, which is best to furnish me tomorrow.
We caught her, madam.
Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with traps.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell, and maiden pride, adieu. And Benedick, love on. I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reportingly.
not as I have been.
So say I, methinks you are sadder.
I hope he be in love.
There's no true drop of blood in him to be truly touched with love. If he be sad, he wants money.
I have the toothache.
Yet say I, he is in love.
There is no appearance of fancy in him. Yet he rubs himself with civet. Can you smell him out by that?
That's as much to say the sweet youth's in love. And when was he wont to wash his face?
Indeed, that's a heavy tale for him. Conclude, he is in love.
Nay, but I know who loves him.
Oh, that would I know too. I warrant that one knows him not.
Oh, senor, walk aside with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak to you, which these hobby horses must not hear.
For my life to break with him about Beatrice.
My lord and brother, God save you.
Good den, brother.
If your leisure served, I would speak with you.
In private?
If it please you, yet Claudio may hear. For what I would like to speak of concerns him.
What's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow?
You know he does.
I know not that when he knows what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter. And aim better at me by that I now will manifest. The lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Even she, Leonardo's hero, your hero, every man's hero.
May this be so.
I will not think it.
If you dare not trust that you see, confess not that you know. If you will follow, I will show you enough. When you have seen more and heard more, proceed accordingly.
If I see anything tonight, why I should not marry her tomorrow in the congregation. Where I should wed, there will I shame her.
And as I wooed for thee to obtain her, I will join with thee to disgrace her.
Oh. My hero.
Oh, they untowardly turned.
Oh, mischief strangely thwarting.
Oh, plague, right well prevented.
Good and true.
Yeah. Well, give him his charge, neighbor Dogberry.
You are thought to be the most senseless and fit man for the constable of the prince's watch. Therefore, bear you the lantern. This is your charge. You shall comprehend all vagrant men. You are to bid any man stand in the prince's name.
Well, sir?
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him by virtue of your office to be no true man. The less you meddle or make with them, why, the more is for your honesty.
If I know him to be a thief, shall I not lay hands on him?
Truly, by your office you may, but I think the most peaceable way for you is to let him show himself what he is and steal out of your company.
Well, master, I hear my charge.
One would more, honest watchman. I pray you watch about Signor Leonardo's door, for the wedding being there tomorrow, there's great coil tonight. Adieu. Be vigilant, I beseech you.
What, Conrad?
peace.
Conrad,
Stir
I
not.
say.
Stir not.
Conrad!
Here, man, I am at thy elbow.
Stand thee close then under this penthouse for it drizzles rain. And I will, like a true drunkard, utter all to thee.
Some treason. Stand close.
Therefore now, I have earned of Don John $10,000.
Is it possible that any villainy should be so dear?
I know that he is a vile thief to 7 years. Goes up and down like a gentleman. I remember his name.
Is thou here, somebody?
No, 'twas the vein on the house.
But know that I have tonight wooed Margaret, the Lady Hero's gentlewoman, by the name of Hero. She leans me out of mistress' chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale wildly. I should first tell thee how the prince, Claudio, and my master, planted and placed and possessed by my master Don John, so far off in the orchard this amiable encounter.
And thought they Margaret was Hero?
2 of them did, the prince and Claudio, but the devil, my master, knew she was Margaret. Away went Claudio in rage, swore he would meet her as he was appointed the next morning at the chapel, and there, before the whole congregation, shame her with what he saw or night, and send her home again without a husband.
I charge you, in the prince's name, stand.
Master.
Never speak. I charge you, let me obey yous to go with me.
We'll like to prove a goodly commodity.
A commodity in question, I warrant you. Come, we'll obey you.
Your other vibrato were better.
No, pray be good, Meg. I'll wear this.
By my troth, not so good, and I warrant your cousin will say so.
My cousin's a fool, and thou another. I'll wear none but this.
Your gown's a most rare fashion.
God give me joy to wear it, for my heart is exceeding heavy.
'Twill be heavier soon by the weight of a man.
Fie upon thee, are not ashamed.
Of what, lady? Of speaking honorably? I'll defend nobody. Is there any harm in the heavier for a husband? None, I think. And I'll be right the husband and the right wife. Otherwise, 'tis light and not heavy. Ask my lady Beatrice, else here she comes.
Good morrow, cuz.
Good morrow, sweet hero.
Why, how now do you speak in the sick tune?
I am out of all other tune, methinks. 'Tis almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you're ready. By my troth, I am exceedingly ill. Hey ho!
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband?
For the letter that begins with them all.
These gloves the Count sent me, they are an excellent perfume.
I'm stuffed, cousin. I cannot smell.
Made and stuffed. There's goodly catching of cold.
Oh, God, help me by my troth. I am sick.
Get you some of this distilled Carta Benedictus and lay it in your heart, and it's only thing for a qualm.
There the prick is her with a thistle.
Benedictus? Why Benedictus? You have some moral in this Benedictus?
Moral? No, by my troth, and I have no moral meaning. I meant plain holy thistle. You may think perchance that I may think you are in love. Nay, by lady, I am no such fool to think what I think, nor list not to think what I can, nor indeed I cannot think that you are in love, or that you will be in love, or that you can be in love. Yet Benedict was such another, and now he has become a man. He sworn he would never marry, and yet now, and how you may be converted, I do not know, but methinks you look good with your eyes, as other women do.
What pace is it that thy tongue keeps?
Not a false gollop.
Madam, withdraw. The prince, the count, Senor Benedict, Don John, and all the gallants are come to fetch you to church.
Oh, help to dress me good, cuz. Good Meg. Good Ursula.
What would you with me, honest neighbors?
Marry, sir, I would have some confidence with you that discerns you nearly.
Brief, I pray, for you see it is a busy time.
Mary, this is it. This it is, sir.
Yes.
What is it, my good friends?
Goodman Verges speaks a little of the matter, an old man, sir, and his wits are not so blunt as God help I would desire they were, but in faith, honest as the skin between his brows.
Yes, so thank God I am as honest as any man living that is an old man, and no honester than I.
Neighbors, you are tedious. I would fain know what you have to say.
Mary, sir, our watch tonight, accepting your worship's presence, have ta'en a couple as errant knaves as any in Messina.
And we would have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take their examination yourself and bring it to me. I am now in great haste as it may appear unto you, so fare you well.
It shall be sufficient.
Father Francis, be brief, only to the plain form of marriage, and you shall recount their particular duties afterwards.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady.
No.
To be married to her, father, you come to marry her.
Lady, do you come hither to be married to this count?
I do.
If either you know any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, I charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any count?
I dare make his answer, none.
Stand thee by, father. Signor, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely, son, as God did give her to me.
And what have I to give you back, whose worth may counterpoise such a rich and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonardo, take her back again. Give not this rotten orange to your friend. She is but the sign and semblance of her honor. Behold how like a maid she blushes here. Comes not that blood as modest evidence to witness simple virtue? Would you not swear, all you that see her, that she were a maid by these exterior shows? But she is none. She knows the heat of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit myself to an approved wanton.
Dear my lord, if you own your own proof, have vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of her virginity.
I never tempted her with word too large, but as a brother to his sister showed bashful sincerity and comely love.
I ever otherwise to you?
You seem to me like Diane in her orb. As chaste as is the bud ere it be blown, but you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus or those pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
Is my lord well that he doth speak so wide?
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
Why should I speak? I stand dishonored that have gone about to link my dear friend to a common stale.
looks not like a nuptial.
True. Oh, God.
Let me but move one question to your daughter, and by that fatherly and kindly power that you have in her, bid her answer truthfully.
I can't. I charge thee do as thou art my child.
God defend me, how I am beset.
What man was he? Talked with you yesternight out your window betwixt 12 and 1.
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Why, then you are no maiden. Leonardo, I am sorry you must hear. Upon mine honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved count did see her, hear her, at that hour last night talk with a ruffian at her chamber window, who hath indeed most like a liberal villain confessed the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
No hero. What a hero thou hadst been if half thy outward grace had been placed about the thought and counsel of thy heart. But fare thee well, most foul, most fair. Farewell.
Hath no man's dagger here a point for me?
Oh, why, how now, cousin? Wherefore sink you down?
How doth the lady?
Dead, I think. Help, uncle.
Oh,
Hero, my hero. Uncle, Signor Benedict, father.
Oh, fate, take not away thy heavy hand. Death is the fairest cover for her shame that may be wished for.
How now, cousin hero? Oh, have comfort, lady.
Wherefore, why doth not earthly thing cry shame upon her? Comes she here deny the story that is printed in her blood? Do not live.
Sir, be patient.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is belied.
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly, not although until last night I have this 12 months been her bedfellow.
Confirmed, oh, that is stronger maid which was before barred up with ribs of iron. Would the princess lie and Claudio lie, who loved her so? Hence from her, let her die.
hear me a little, for I have only been silent so long, and given way unto this course of fortune. By noting of the lady, I have marked 1,000 blushing apparitions to start into her face, 1,000 innocent shames. In angel whiteness bear away those blushes. And in her eye there hath appeared a fire to burn the errors that these princes hold against her maiden truth. Call me a fool if this sweet lady be not guiltless here, and under some biting error. Lady, what man is he you're accused of?
They know that do accuse me. I know none. If I know more of any man alive than that which maiden modesty doth warrant, let all my sins lack mercy. Oh, my father, prove you that any man with conversed at hours unmeet, or that I yesterday maintained the change of words with any creature, refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
There is some strange misprision in these princes.
2 of them have the very bent of honor. And if their wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of it lives in John the Bastard, whose spirits toil in frame of villainies.
I know not. If they wrong her honor, the proudest of them shall well hear of it.
Pause a while. Your daughter here the princess left for dead. Let her a while be secretly kept in, and publish it, that she is dead indeed.
What shall become of this? What will this do?
Change slander to remorse. That is some good. She dying, as it must be so maintained, upon the instant that she was accused shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of every hearer. So it will fare with Claudio. When he shall hear she died upon his words, the idea of her life shall sweetly creep into his study of imagination. Then shall he mourn and wish he had not so accused her.
Signor Leonardo, let the father advise you, and though you know my inwardness and love is very much unto the prince and Claudia, yet by mine honor, I will deal in this as secretly and justly as your soul should with your body.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest twine shall lead you.
Come, lady, die to live. This wedding day perhaps is but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yeah, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wronged.
Oh, how much the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing I know not. It were possible for me to say I love nothing so well as you. But believe me not, and yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Why then, God forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest that I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudia.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny. I am gone, though I am here. There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you let me go.
Beatrice will be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy?
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height of villain that hath slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man! What, bear her in hand until they come and take hands, and then with public accusation, uncover slander, unmitigated rancor? Oh, God, that I were a man! I would eat his heart in the marketplace!
Hear me, Beatrice.
Sweet hero, she is wronged. She is slandered. She is undone.
Beatrice.
Princes and counties, surely a princely testimony, a goodly count. Oh, that I were a man for his sake, or that I had any friend who would be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into courtesies, valor into compliments, and men are only turned into tongue, and trim ones too. He is now as valiant as Hercules, that only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
Tarry, good Beatrice. By this hand, I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul the Count Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yeah, as sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge him. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. Go, comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead, and so, farewell.
Assembly appeared.
Nay, that's certain. We have the exhibition to examine.
Yea, Mary, let them come before me. What is your name, friend?
Baraccio.
Ooh, pray write down Baraccio. Yours, Sirrah?
I am a gentleman, sir, and my name is Conrad.
Ooh, write down Master Gentleman Conrad. Masters, it is proved already that you are little better than false knaves. How answer ye for yourselves?
Sir, I say to you, we are none.
This man said, sir, that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
Ooh, write down Prince John a villain. Why, this is flat perjury to call a prince's brother villain. What heard you him say else?
Mary, that he had received $1,000 of Don John for accusing the lady hero wrongfully.
$10,000.
Oh, flat burglary, as ever was committed. What else, fella?
And that Count Claudio did mean upon his words to disgrace Hero before the whole assembly and not marry her.
Oh, villain, thou wilt be condemned into everlasting redemption for this.
This is more, masters. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner refused, and upon the grief of this suddenly died. Master Constable, let these men be bound and brought to Leonardo. I will go before and show him their examination.
Come, let them be opinioned, thou naughty varlet.
Away! You're an ass.
Dost thou not suspect my place, huh? Dost thou not suspect my ears? Oh, that he were here to write me down an ass. But master, remember that I am an ass. Though it be not written down, yet forget not that I am an ass. Know thou, villain, art full of piety, as shall be proved upon thee by good witness. I am a wise fella, and which is more an officer, and which is more a householder, and which is more as pretty a piece of flesh as any in Messina, and one that knows the law. Go to, bring him away. Oh, that I had been writ down an ass.
My griefs cry louder than advertisement. My soul doth tell me, Hero is belied. And that shall Claudio know, so shall the prince, and all of them that dishonor her. Hear you, my lords?
We have some haste, Leonardo.
Some haste, my lord. Well, fare you well, my lord. Are you so hasty now? Well, all is one.
Nay, do not quarrel with us, good old man.
Mary, thou dost wrong me, thou dissembler. Thou... Nay, never lay that hand upon thy sword. I fear thee not.
Mary, beshrew my hand if it should give your age such cause for fear. In faith, my hand meant nothing to my sword.
Were I not old. No, Claudio, to thy head, thou hast wronged my innocent child and me. I say thou hast belied my innocent child. Thy slander has gone through and through her heart, and she lies buried with our ancestors. Oh, in a tomb where never scandal slept, say this of hers, framed by thy villainy.
My villainy.
Yeah, kind Claudio, thine, I say.
Away, I will not have to do with you.
My heart is sorry for your daughter's death, but on my honor, she was charged with nothing but what was true, and very full of proof.
Oh, my lord, my lord!
I will not hear you.
No, I will be heard.
See, here comes the man we seek.
We have been up and down to seek for thee, for we are high-proof melancholy and would fain to have it beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
You are a villain, I just not. I will make it good how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare. Do me right, or I will protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy on you. Fare you well, boy. You know my mind. My lord, for your many courtesies, I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother, the bastard, is fled from Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Lackbeard there, he and I shall meet. Until then, peace be with him.
He is in earnest.
In most profound earnest.
And hath challenged thee.
Most sincerely.
Did he not say my brother was fled?
Come, you says you must be looked to.
Two of my brother's men bound? Officers, what offense have these men done?
Marry, sir, they have committed false report. Moreover, they have spoken untrue. Secondarily, they are slanders. Sixth and lastly, they have belied a lady. And thirdly, and to conclude, they are lying knaves.
This learned constable is too cunning to be understood. Who have you offended, masters?
Sweet prince, hear me, and let this count kill me. I have deceived your very eyes. What your wisdoms could not discover, these shallow fools have brought to light, who in the night overheard me confessing to this man how Don John, your brother, incensed me to slander the lady Hero. How you saw me court Margaret in Hero's garments. How you disgraced her when you should marry her. The lady is dead upon mine and my master's false accusation.
But did my brother set thee on to this?
Yea, and paid me richly for the practice of it.
Sweet Hero, now thy image doth appear in the rare semblance that I loved it first.
Here comes Master Senor Leonardo. Ooh.
Which is the villain?
If you would know you're wrong, look on me.
Art thou the slave that with thy breath hath killed mine innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
No, not so, villain. Thou beliest thyself. Here stand a pair of honorable men. A third is fled that had a hand in it. I thank you, princes, for my daughter's death, recorded with your high and worthy deeds. 'Twas bravely done, if you bethink of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge. Impose me to what penance your invention can lay upon my sin, yet sinned I not but in mistaking.
By my soul, nor do I. And yet to satisfy this good old man, I would bend under any weight that he'll enjoin me to.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible, but I pray you both. Possess the people in Messina here. How innocent she died. Say it tonight. Tomorrow morning come you to my house, and since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My brother had a daughter, almost a copy of my child that's dead, and she alone is heir to both of us. Give her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
O noble sir, your overkindness doth wring tears from me. I do embrace your offer.
Tomorrow, then, I will expect your coming. Tonight, I take my leave. This naughty man shall face to face be brought to Margaret, who I believe was packed in all this wrong, hired to it by your brother.
No, by my soul she was not, nor knew she not what she did when she spoke to me.
Moreover, sir, which indeed is not under white and black, this plaintiff here, the offender, did call me ass. I beseech you, let it be remembered in his punishment.
There's for thy pain.
Ah,
Go, I discharge thee of thy prisoners,
God,
and I thank thee.
God keep your worship.
I wish your worship well.
God restore you to health.
Come, neighbors.
Until tomorrow morning, lords. Farewell.
We will not fail.
Tonight I'll mourn with Hero.
Since we met, I sit around and want you. I don't do the things I ought to do. I'm so in love, I let the world go by me.
Speech of Beatrice. Mary, I cannot show it in rhyme. I have tried. I can find out no rhyme to lady, but baby. An innocent rhyme. For scorn, horn, a hard time. For school fool, a babbling rhyme. So I was not born under a rhyming planet, for I cannot woo in festival terms. Sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yes, senor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
And as spoken, fare you well now. And yet, ere I go, let me go with that I came, which is knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words are but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath. Therefore, I will depart unkissed.
But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge, and either I must shortly hear from him, or I will subscribe him a coward. And I pray thee now, tell me, for which of my bad parts didst thou first fall in love with me?
For them all together. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love, a good epithet. I do suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Alas, poor heart. If you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours, for I will never love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I too wise to woo peaceably, huh?
It appears not in this confession.
Tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill too.
Serve God, love me, and mend. Here comes one in haste.
Madam, you must come to your uncle. It is proved my lady Hero hath been falsely accused, the prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John, the author of it all, who is fled and gone. Will you come presently?
Will you go hear this news, senor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's. Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So are the Prince and Claudio, who accused her.
And I am glad, being else by faith enforced to call young Claudio to a reckoning for it.
Well, daughter, and you gentlewomen all, withdraw into your chambers by yourselves, and when I send for you, come hither masked. The Prince and Claudio promised by this hour to visit me. You know your offices, ladies. I must be father to my brother's daughter and give her to young Claudia.
Father, I must entreat your pains, I think.
To do what, senor?
To bind me or undo me, one of them. Senor Leonardo, truth that is, good senor. Your niece regards me with an eye of favor.
That eye my daughter lent her, 'tis most true.
And I do with an eye of love requite her.
The sight whereof I think you had from me, from Claudio and the prince. But what's your will?
Your answer is enigmatical, but for my will is your good will, may stand with ours this day to be conjoined, in the state of honorable marriage, in which, good father, I shall desire your help.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, Prince. Good morrow, Claudio. We were here to attend you. Are you yet determined today to marry with my brother's daughter?
I'll hold my mind.
Call her forth. Here's the father ready.
Which is the lady I must seize upon?
This same is she. I do give you to her.
Why, then she is mine. Sweet, let me see your face.
No, that you shall not, till you take her hand before this father and swear to marry her.
Give me your hand. Before this holy father, I am your husband if you like of me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife, and when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero?
Nothing certain. One hero died, but I do live. And sure as I live, I am a maid.
The former hero that is dead.
She died, my lord, but whilst her slanders live.
All this amazement I can qualify when after that the holy rites are ended. I'll tell you largely of fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonder seem familiar, and to the chapel let us presently.
Often fair, father. Which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do you not love me?
Why, no. No more than reason.
Why, then your uncle and the prince and Claudio have been deceived. They swore you did.
Do you not love me?
No more than reason.
Why, then my cousin Margaret and Ursula are much deceived, for they did swear you did.
They swore you were almost sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no matter. Then you do not love me?
No, truly, but in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin, I am sure you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon it that he loves her. For here's a piece of paper written in his hand, a halting sonnet of his own pure brain fashioned to Beatrice.
And here's another, written my cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, containing to Benedict.
A miracle. Here's our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee. But by this light I take thee for pity.
I would not deny you, but by this good day I'll yield upon great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I was told you were in consumption.
Peace. I will stop your mouth.
How dost thou, Benedict, the married man?
I'll tell thee what, Prince. Since I do purpose to marry, I will think nothing to any purpose that the world can say against it. And therefore, never flout at me for what I have said against it. For man is a giddy thing. And this is my conclusion. Come. We are friends. Let's have a dance ere we are married, that we may lighten our own hearts and our wives' heels.
you come.